All right. Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all. I'm finally here. I'm finally posting videos. My channel is finally here. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone clap. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, 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 yes. Because listen, it's been a journey to get here, y'all. And it's going to be funny because we're all going to be watching this video once I'm like here and I've been posting like 100 times or something. My 100th video or whatever. 100th, right? And it's just gonna be like, wow, humble beginnings. Like my ring light is broken, y'all. It's hanging on a thread. I ain't even used it yet. It's just broke. It's terrible. So for those who don't know me, you can call me S. This is the S Maze channel. I'm gonna get an intro soon. I'm gonna intro. And here I'm just gonna be talking about random stuff. I'm gonna be talking about motherhood. I'm a mother. I'm a mother, right? I'm gonna be talking about living in California. I'm gonna be talking about some celeb stuff here and there. I'm gonna be giving advice. I'm gonna be doing reviews. Just a plethora. And definitely, I think I want to do a mukbang, mukbang, right? It's like a girl, Femi. I mean, I eat, but I like to eat as well. Hey, so yeah, we're gonna get into it. But today's video, as you can see by the thumbnail, I'm talking about these celebs. And I just want to talk about celebs that I want to meet again. Because I've lived, baby. I've lived. So, first on the dockets, Joe Jonas. Now, this is not gonna go where you think it's gonna go. It didn't go how I thought it was gonna go. So basically, this was back when I was in college and I was hanging out with friends, partying and stuff. And I had just got there. I think this was like my freshman year in college. So I'm from the Bay Area. I'm fresh from the Bay. Feel me? Humble beginnings, right? And I'm up in LA where everyone's bougie and you know what I mean? So it was a contrast. But I got adjusted. I'm just one of those people. So yeah, it was cool. So we go to Kitchen 24. It's me and my sisters, and I see him outside. We were waiting for our table, and I'm like, oh my God, is that Joe Jonas? Like, and they're like, girl, don't fangirl. And I'm like, I can't because he's been to the year 3000. Not much has changed, but we're underwater, man. Like, what? I will sing that whole song right now. Don't even, I will sing that whole song. Anyways, so this is what's going on in my mind. I'm like, the Jonas Brothers. I love them. So I go up to him and I'm like, hey, Joe, I'm just so excited to meet you. Hi, I'm like a huge fan. I grew up listening to you. Da da da. Child, why he was like, I said, mother. But Nick wouldn't be like this. We're all saying that. So yeah, I was so offended. Like, dang, like you could have just said, hey, I didn't even ask for a picture. I didn't even ask for a photo, a signature, nothing like a signature. Nothing. I ain't asked for nothing. All I said was hi. And he was like, what? And I wasn't even looking a mess or nothing. Like, definitely wasn't declining that day, but he just was like, so I'm like, well, back when that was a thing. For real, I was so offended. So yeah, I was like, well, if I ever meet him again, and I hope and pray that I somehow am like bigger than him or like more famous or more loved or something, so I can look down on him. Like he'll be like, oh hey, I know you from YouTube. I'm sure you did it. You know, it's definitely gonna be given that. So that's who I want to meet again, so I could snub him. So, anyways, next on the list, Leon Thomas. Now, I know he's not a bigger celebrity. He's kind of more underground because he's a writer. But some of you might remember him from Victorious. He was on there with Ariana Grande. And he had a voice back then, and it's even better now. Didn't think it would be possible. But yeah, so of course, this was my era. I'm a millennial. I grew up watching that. So, of course, again, this is at a party. At a party. And I peeped him from like 10 people back. It was a huge crowd. It was a house party. And so the party was in the backyard, but it was crowded as hell, like shoulder to shoulder, sardined in them. You know what I mean? So I all over here. I'm like, is that Leon Thomas? Is that Leon Thomas? Like, I'm making my way downtown, walking fast. Okay, faces past, but I'm Leon bound. That's what was going on. So I walk up to him. I'm like, hey, Leon, I remember you from Victoria's. I just wanted to say hi. He was chill as hell. He was like, oh, hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm glad to meet you. Da-da-da. Gave me a hug and everything. Gave me a hug. I said, now this is how you celebrity, Joe. Hello? We did it, Joe. We didn't. I was so mad at him. But yeah, Leon was hella chill. Like I said, he gave me a hug. I was like, wow, you're so nice. Like, wow. So yeah, that was pleasant. Then we danced next to each other, you know. It's like, yeah, it was cool. It was so chill. So if I ever meet him again, of course I'm bringing that up, and I'll be like, hey, where's the next one? Because he was cool. So I know he'd be a chill friend. And shout out to him for helping write Snooze. I'm not even gonna say. Anyway, next on the list. Now this is a big one, and I know half of y'all here for this. Beyonce, girl, friend, person, human being. Okay. On mute. That's what I'm saying. I was on mute. Like. So how did I meet her? Not in person, of course, duh. But I went to her concert. It was literally my first concert ever. So she was giving. My first concert, Beyonce. Oh, I was slaying that night. Oh, please. You know how many people asked me if my hair was real? If you know, you know. So yeah, girl, I showed out for that night, and it was amazing. Of course, she put on a grand performance like she always do, you know. And so what happened was, I don't even remember what song it was. I was, you know, I'm screaming, "Hey, Beyonce!" And you know how you get that quiet moment when they about to change songs? I said, "Beyonce, I love you, girl." Y'all, she looked at me and smiled. It's a miracle I'm still alive, because I literally almost had a heart attack. That shit was crazy. That was crazy. I was like, oh, like that me. I swear that she looked at me. I know she's thinking, oh, she probably she just was looking out in the crowd. She couldn't see you. First of all, we was in the front because we got there early. Okay, so no, she saw me, baby. She saw me, and she looked at me and she smiled because she heard me. Okay, and real recognized real. That's what that was. So shout out to Beyonce. When I meet her again, when I'm gonna be like, girl, you don't remember me, but I was your concert girl, and I was like, and you was like, and I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. So I can't wait to meet her again. But if I'm in person and if she were to hug me, I would go into convulsions, obviously, at the barest minimum of reactions. So moving on. Next, Lil Romeo. I know what some of y'all thinking. ICDC college. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you know. But for me, as a millennial, again, I was loving him. Well, Bow Wow was winning because it, you know, they would take turns with my heart. Like Romeo, he had such a baby face, and I was like, I got a baby face, so we can't be both baby face. So I was like, okay, let me go with Bow Wow. I don't know. I just kind of love Bow Wow more anyway. But Romeo from my past, what? Oh, baby, give me one more chance. To you, I don't need a girlfriend. Oh, Okay, yeah. Do I still remember that theme song? Hey, yo, watch it roll. It's time for the Romeo show. Holla, Romeo show now, Romeo. Now stop what you're doing, cause Romeo. Hold up, I'm ready to rumble, kick it like crumble. The Romeo show isn't up on me now. Can I stop? I will not quit, cause me and the man in the click. I say, addy, addy, yo, hey. It's time for the Romeo showdown. Romeo song, now stop what you're doing, cause Romeo song. Yeah, yeah. So that was nice. So basically, how I met him was he was talking, well, not officially talking, but my friend and him was texting, right? And so he invited us to the studio. So we like, yeah, hey. Girl, I drove. I was like, I was hella juiced. I was so juiced. So yeah, we show up, right? And then it's like kind of like an apartment building setup, but it was like businesses. So we walk in, walk to the right, open the door, boom. His partner opened the door. He's sitting right there in front of the computer screen, obviously editing a song. And so we walk in, we like, hey, how you doing? Child, why? I walk at him, he goes like, do I know you from somewhere? And I'm like, gagged. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know you. I know where I know you from. Look. And he was like, no, you look hella familiar. I know you from somewhere. I was like, I mean, maybe you see me around. I mean, because I porty. She porties. So, I was like, oh, sure, but yeah. And so everybody chopping it up, everybody talking, we chilling, da 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 da. It was cool. It was so cool. They played some of their songs that they was working on. Like, it was so chill. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was hella chill. So we leave, y'all, right? And they're like, oh, bye. Hope to see you again. He was like, no, we gonna see y'all again. I'm like, what? Because I'm not trying to like get at him because that was like a long time ago. I wasn't even looking at him like that. But I'm like, he's a celebrity, okay? And in music, which is where I was trying to be. So I was like, girl, you better get on, right? Child, we walk outside. We don't even get to my car. Why is she texting him? Why is she texting him? I'm not even gonna put her on blast, but you know who you are, girl. And she texted him and was like, so I don't even know what she said. Why he didn't text us back? Us. That's how I felt though. Us. He did not text her back, and we never saw him again. And she never heard from him again. When I say this close, if my finger could go to the other finger, that's how close he was to fame. All she had to do was have a baby by him. Y'all, we was in the studio. Oh my God. I was so, when I say heated, I'm like, I could have strangled her. It was definitely giving Homer and Bart. I was like, girl, you motherfucker. She fucked it up. Oh, I was so mad. Why would you text him? We didn't even get to the car, bitch. We still in the, girl, we barely just walked out the door. He just talked to you. You couldn't wait. And we were telling her, don't text this nigga. And she just texted him anyway. And I'm like, oh, child. You can't help these people. You can't. Led the horse to water. She sat there, parched. Okay. Dehydrated. I just was like, you know what? I don't even have. Yeah, so if I ever meet him again, let's get in this video, nigga. I don't care if he's not an A-list celebrity. He still is a celebrity, and he still was in the music, was and is or will be in the music industry. Yeah. So if I can get a hookup, I'll take it. Moving on. The next person was, now it sucks because I can't even fangirl like I want to because he's seen as so just, everybody look down on him now because he like a crybaby. So I guess I'll just, Tyrese, Cryreese, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, I met Tyrese. Now, this was back when the Fast and Furious franchise was like earlier, when they wasn't in the double digits, and it was actually like exciting to think about. So he was having a viewing party for the Fast 6 movie. So again, we at the club. Stop playing with him. And this guy comes outside and he has like these business cards. He's like, hey, Tyrese is having a viewing party at his house. Slide through. Now me, I was scared. I was like, I'm not trying to get kidnapped. I'm not trying to have to fight for my life. Like, let's live and just go to another club because I don't want to go. But my friend's like, no, come on. Like, it was a couple of us that was like arguing, not arguing, but we're like, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. So the majority won. So we just said, fuck it, let's go. So we driving, and again, this is in LA. We driving through the hills, and then the houses start getting bigger. We like, oh, mother. I'm like, okay, maybe this legit. We all like, okay, yeah. So we pull up, Maserati in the driveway, bro. That was the first car I saw, Maserati, because it was others. I was like, oh, we're here. Oh, okay, yeah. Like that was this legit. And of course, this nigga sitting outside, nigga, and all that nigga. And so we just walk straight in the door. As soon as we walk in, and I think his house is on MTV Cribs. We walk in, child mansion, right, with the little winding staircase thing upstairs. I didn't even go upstairs because I done heard some things about celebrity parties at that point. So I was like, I belong down here. So to the right was his own personal studio and record room where he had all his records, his vinyls, and everything. So of course, me being me, of course, that's the first place I go. I'm like, oh, woo, 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 woo. And then a couple people follow me, and then others went because it was like a few of us. It was like maybe 5 of us. So I go in there, and it was just like any musician's dream, upcoming. I was like, wow, it was just giving. And then it was like my childhood, records that I know. Oh my God. Sweet lady, would you be my sweet love for a lifetime? I'll be there. What if you need? Don't get me started, y'all. It was just giving. I was like, this is my life right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, y'all. So yeah, so I'm like stuck literally in that room. And so, my friends gotta guide me out because I would probably stay there the whole night, just like, can I record myself real quick? Like, man. And so we keep walking. He got a big kitchen, big living room, and then on his huge flat screen TV, okay, plasma. Hey Nikki, asthma. He was playing the Fast Six movies. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is real right now. Like, because this is before the movie even came out. It's like, wow, this is crazy. So then we go outside to his backyard. Child. Ooh. We go outside to his backyard. Child. Why this man had a hibachi restaurant in the backyard? Like it was like one of them little, but it was a big one. It wasn't even no, it was big. A huge table with hella people to sit at. Like, and he just, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, what? Then he had a fireplace in the middle, like a huge rectangular fire, just fire. Like this random fire in the middle of the, wow. Then he had a little swing hammock, and his backyard was beautiful. He had a little pond in the corner or something like that. It was so beautiful. So of course I went straight to the food, and I just like, it wasn't nowhere to sit because there was so many people there. And so I'm like, dang. So I'm just looking around, enjoying the view, and boop, I look down at my phone. My battery about to die. I got 1%. I'm like, dang, because I did not bring an extra charger. And so I go to find one of my friends. I'm like, girl, do you have an extra charger? Oh, side note, one of the girls with us was this random white girl that we met at the party, at the club. And her name was Annie. And yeah, you okay? Right? And so she was hella cool. She was hella chill. She was really with me more than everybody else. And so I'm like, Annie, you gonna charge her, girl? And she's like, no, girl, I'm sorry. So why at that moment Tyrese walked out his house? I'm like, the man of the hour. Oh my God. So like literally my brain was like, ding, 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 ding. It was so much going on. Oh man. So something in me was like asking for a charger. And I'm like, no. What? But I gathered up the strength. straight from the Lord. He came down and stood next to me and opened my mouth, okay, and hit me in the chest, okay, popped them words right out. I was just like, hey Tyrese, I'm so happy to meet you. But my phone about to die. Do you have a charger? He was like, yeah, come on. Child, why he put his hand on the top of my back? Now this is somebody I've been in love with forever. I've been in love with Tyrese. Even while he was crying, I'm like, he's still fine to me. I'm just saying. So for him to touch my back, yeah, that was. So I don't know if he felt me shake, but I did. And so he's leading me. Why he take his iPad off the charger and put my phone on there? He was like, yeah, just keep it here. Wait till it get full. Then to gag me even more, he like, oh, hey, come on, move out the way. So the lady can sit down and get something to eat. You want something to eat? Come sit down, get something to eat. Actually move somebody out the way. And I sat down. And I what? Definitely. I mean, I was eating all night. But baby, I got full at that table. Oh my God, y'all. It was, I was like, is this real? This is real. This is real. That was real. And then I just mingled. I just was walking around. Me and my friends had split up at that moment. We was all doing our own thing, seeing each other in passing and just mingling. And then I'm walking in and I'm going to the kitchen because I'm like, I stay where the food at. And so I see my friend Annie. Child, why is she walking out the door with Genuine? And we made eye contact. I was like, she was like, I was like, Genuine. I'm not going to go through and sing everybody's songs, but we all know Genuine songs. Y'all. That was amazing. That was so amazing. That was such an experience. Like, Tyrese's house? Yeah. So if I ever meet him again, I'm probably gonna tell him that whole story, and then I'm gonna be like, also thank you for touching my back because you probably added 7 more years onto my life, man. Like both you and Beyonce single-handedly allowed me to live 20 years more. Just from yeah. So I'm just letting you know. So yeah. All right. So last but for surely not least, because I actually became friends with this person, is Orlando Brown, y'all. I know what you're thinking. What the hell? Now, listen. Back then, this was like 2012, 2013. Well, I can't say he wasn't on that stuff, but it wasn't hell. Well, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, you'll get my confusion once you hear the story. So basically, I met him at a party. Me and one of my old friends. Obviously, all these people I've met. I was a party person. I was a party girl. I was that girl. So it was a party at a strip club. Right? Had the pose there. It was cute. She was very cute. And we had got invited from this guy that I was talking to at the time, who actually happened to be friends with Orlando. And we didn't even realize until later that night. So we go, because he invited us, like, hey, come through. You know, Orlando Brown about to be there. It's about to be lit. Da, da, da. We like, okay. Because what? And if the future looks great now, then everything's going to change now. Side note, I never knew that line forever. As long as I was watching That's So Raven, I never knew what he was saying. I would just be like, it's right now, and everything's, because I didn't know what he was saying. And so, if the future looks great now, I was like, he ended up explaining it. Anyway, going back. So, we go to the party, right? And it's hella people there. It was fun. It was really fun. We met a group of people, had a huge session. It was so chill. And so then they introduced Orlando Brown. They're like, Orlando Brown, want to go to the stage? We said, oh. Twerk was in turbo drive. Like, we was twerking like a light depended on it. It damn near did. Like, it. Yeah, so, yeah, we was dancing. And of course, we caught his attention. So then he shouted us out. He like, oh, hey, shout out to the girls in the room right here. They get it in. We like, ah. What? Yeah, I was so juiced. So then afterwards, the guy who was my boy at the time, he introduced us. He's like, "Oh, hey, so this is my partner Orlando, bro." We like, "We know who he is. You ain't gotta say his name." What? Yeah, hella juice. So we all saying, "Hey, hey, da da da," and he ended up being interested in my friend, and so you know that we was doubling up, double dating, right? And so this one time they came to our house at the time, and we was all kicking in and stuff, and he like, "Hey, I want to cook for y'all." So y'all, we went to the store, right? And he got all the things for spaghetti. Why that spaghetti gave everybody diarrhea? We all was like, and then to this day, what the hell did you put in that spaghetti, bro? Like, and of course, I was clowning him forever about that spaghetti. Remember that spaghetti you made? Because it was like, what did you do? It was absolutely disgusting. No, it was good. It just was like our stomachs was like, no, it ain't. Like, yeah. So that was that. So this next story about him, it just gets worse and worse. So he decides that he wants to take us out, like to just be going and seeing LA and stuff, and like what he be doing and who he be kicking it with. So again, I'm the driver. I was up in my little hoop de whoop, my Honda named Keisha, literally. And so we drove up to this like kind of high rise Airbnb place. This was like before Airbnbs was like super commercial and mainstream and everything. So I didn't even know it was Airbnb. I just was like, oh, condo, high rise. Oh my God, money. So we pull up and we're walking up to the front, right? Girl, this man on his phone talking about, oh, what's up? Oh, this Weezy. Oh yeah, what's up, Lil Wayne? Weezy, Weezy, Weezy. Just calling him all the, and I'm like clowning. I'm like, no, this nigga is not trying to pump fake right now. Like, just from how he was talking, you knew he wasn't on the phone on damn line. And then come to find out, I put on my Inspector Gadget goggles. Child, that phone wasn't even on the call. I saw the menu. All I seen was icons. His phone was still lit up. Knowing damn well it go dark when you're on the phone. I'm like, not a clown. Like, I mean, I know you was funny, but baby, take off the rainbow wig, cause it was embarrassing for him. So yeah, we just off that we kind of was like, of course. So then we walk in. He get off the phone as we're going in, and there's a doorman at the bottom. And so he's like, "Oh, what's up? What's up? Hey!" Da, da, da. The doorman was like, "Who is you?" Like, he was getting confused. And so we like, what? He like, "Come on, bro. You know me. You know me. I come here all the time." Da, 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 da. He probably been there a couple times. I could tell, but from them couple times, you could tell that he was getting on the doorman nerves. And so the doorman was like trying to act like he don't know him, and he knew that he was trying to pump fake in front of us, because we're two females that he with, and so he just was paying him dust, like. It was so embarrassing. So then he ended up calling his friend that was up there, and so the friend like, oh, he called the doorman like, well, just let him up, and so then they let him up. So we going upstairs and we side eyeing the fuck out of him like, so. And so then we get up there, and it's like really nice. I mean, it was kind of dusty and old, like it needed to be clean. Like it was giving Airbnb like this. It was just a party here, and like they didn't all the way clean up yet. And so there was a guy there. He was just him by himself, and so he was showing us around. He was telling us about how different celebrities be renting this place out, and then like Taylor Swift and all type of stuff. That was like one of the big names that I remember him mentioning. So I was like, oh wow, we're impressed, of course, because we're poor. So we're walking around looking at the place. Da 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 da. Then he like, oh hey, you know what? You know I know Drake, right? And we don't know. So we like, this nigga know Drake. So I'm like, call him. Of course, because at the time, if you knew me, you knew my obsession with him, and obsession was an understatement. You couldn't tell me. I don't know him personally. So the mention, the mere mention of his name, okay, Spidey senses was on. Like, I need to I need to talk to him right now, or I'm probably gonna jump out the window. So please dial up. So yeah, so he called Drake. You see where I'm going with this. So this man answered the phone. He like, oh, hey, what's up? Trying to sound like Drake. And I'm like, bro, like, this don't sound like my husband. Like, I know my man voice. Like, and I'm like, oh, hey, hey. I was like, you sound different. He's like, oh, yeah, I just woke up. Now, you know how you have two sides. One side of me was like, but the other side who really wanted to live in the delusion, I was really enjoying the delusion. I was swimming in heaven. I was like, well, maybe it is him on a bad day. I don't know. It wasn't. So now, before the delusion dissipated, me and my friend had went in and we were screaming down there in the bathroom like, stop Drake. And I'm like, girl, I gotta quit college. I was like, I gotta drop out. Obviously, I have to drop out because I'm gonna marry him. He gonna want me to move in to one of his mansions, and I'm just gonna have to just, yeah, like, so that was a fake conversation that went nowhere. The fake guy was just like putting on 10 on .002. Oh yeah, I'll let y'all come to the studio. Da 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 da. It was a lot of da da da. So, in conclusion, the night ended, and we're going downstairs, like, cause at this point it was like it had to be at least midnight or something. And so then we go downstairs, and he like, oh yeah, my ride about to pull up, right? Why is his baby mama, right? And he talking to us because we trying to like, okay, we about to hook up again when we trying to kick it. Da da da. She pull up, bah, 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 bah. We like, oh, we don't you gotta go? And he like, ah, just ignore her. She just tripping. Just ignore her. She go, bah. We like, Orlando, just go, bro. Like, just leave. And he's like, no, it's cool. He like, shut up. Da, da, da. She's like, shut the fuck up. Get your ass up. Like, cussing him out. Get your ass in this car. I'm gonna leave right now. And he like, girl, shut up. Hold on. Give me 5 minutes. Hold on. Why'd she drive off? When I say skirt, like literally. And she left him. She left him. She left. So, of course, I had to give him a ride home. But he was really trying to pump fake, and it just was not working out for him at every turn. Now, again, this leads me back to when I was like, I didn't think he was on drugs, but he might have been. With that mindset and that deep of delusion. Because it's like, bruh, it's not giving. It's not. So, yeah, that was an experience. But, Orlando, he will remember me because we was cool for a minute. But if I ever meet him again, first of all, don't ever cook for me again. Because I'm like, was it cocaine in the food too? Like, what? What was it giving? But no, I will actually kick it with him again because besides all of that, like, he was actually hilarious. He's hella funny, genuinely hilarious person. And he was the one that explained because, I was like, okay, now, I got to ask you this question. What the hell did you say in that song? He was like, and if the future looks gray now. And I was like, oh. And he was like, yeah, and we wrote our own stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, that's dope. And so it was cool to even just get like his behind the scenes takes and all that stuff on the show and him talking about Raven and everything. Because, of course, I'm a fangirl of her too. So it was dope. So I would definitely, if I could meet him again, let's definitely kick it for real, bro. And now I need you to tell me about all this, the bad boys. I need to hear what was going on there, like, and with Raspy and all of that, like, that's another thing. So, and again, he was hella cool, so I would for sure kick with him again. So yeah, shout out to Orlando. You feel me? But yes, this is my video, you guys. This was the first video. I finally got it out here. I'm really in here. I was stepping a toe in. I'll be commenting on people's stuff here and there. But I was kind of nervous about putting on my own stuff because I'm like, I don't want people. I feel really wary about haters and stuff. And you know how people gonna be trying to, talk stuff in the comments. But it's just like, whatever. I know I'm a likable person. And I'm gonna have more people that like me than don't. So everybody that like me can jump. Whoever don't, I'm just saying, green light. So just but I don't have a schedule on when I'm gonna be posting yet because I don't know that. But please keep your notification bells on. Please subscribe if you feel like we're besties in your head. We can be besties in real life. Let's make this a thing. Okay. Like this video. Catch you in